Alright, so brain rot is a very common thing that I think everyone has either seen or unfortunately been shown by somebody else. But not only has brain rot taken over Instagram, TikTok, basically every sort of media on the internet at this point, and it's even more prevalent nowadays than in previous years due to the wondrous AI videos that are being spammed all over the place. It's great. But brain rot has now taken over video games. I'm sure you guys have seen clips of these AI generated trash games all over the PS Store at this point.
Screw Battlefield.
Roblox itself's most popular game of all time is now Steal a Brain Rot, which is just, I mean, if that's not a telling as to what the kids are into nowadays, I don't know what is. But in today's video, I took it upon myself to both play and also platinum almost every single Brain Rot game on the PS5. A few of them were too bad for me to finish, and you'll see why later in this video. Before we do begin though, I spent my entire credit card balance on the Brain Rot. My card couldn't even process the purchases, so please drop a like and subscribe. Okay, sellout, I know, I'm sorry. Anyways, here's a little graphic for you all showing the games we'll be looking at today. And I say games very graciously since a few of these games literally last under a minute to experience everything they have to offer, just like me in the bedroom. But the first one I chose to play was called Brainrot TUNG SAHUR. And here's a little Brainrot meme clip if you don't know or have not seen a reference before. Such cinematic magnificence, am I right? Oh my god! But upon starting the game, you immediately see how absolutely awful it's made, and nearly every single one of these games is made like complete shit. It honestly shocks me how bad they are, and it's very, very funny. At least it's funny at first, that is. But then you have to play it, and the funny fun parts kind of diminish away as, you know, you play longer in the game. But the Brainrot TUNG SAHUR game has a grand total of 21 trophies, including the Platinum Trophy. And you pretty much just need to play through all 5 of its levels, picking up the Scar weapon each time, which is like the special weapon highlighted in green. And then you also need to die on each level and wait till 1 minute remains to kill the last enemy. And that's pretty much it. So loading into the first level, it was in this space town, but you might notice my screen going crazy, and that's because the developers of this game have the default aim sensitivity at like 450,000%. So I ended up backing up multiple times and literally placed my sensitivity at 0.1%, which then made the game at least playable for us. But thinking about it, it would have been even more funny if it just did not let you change it, and that's how we had to play the game. That would have been hilarious. Anyways, once I had that set, I dived into this absolutely peak gaming experience, and the entire game throughout all of its levels is pretty much just this. You walk around a very weird place, shooting very weird ass creatures, and all the enemies in this game are just other brain rot references from the brain rot universe of AI TikTok world. I think I'm losing even more brain cells writing the script out for this video. Somebody please help me, I'm not even kidding. Now, in addition to this repetitive style, the enemies also don't make any sound at all unless you hit them, which gives the same sound for everybody. And then the death sounds as well. So I low-key got jump scared a few times when being run up on from behind by these creatures of sheer artificialness. I think the Pop-Tarts I just snorted actually have less artificial properties than this video game does, and that's insane. That's what I'm saying. Also, for a more in-depth analyzation of this game, they worded out the one-sentence objective wrong. It says, you must stay alive. And it should obviously be, you must stay alive. Yes, I am poking fun at that, and not the fact that this town we are in is seemingly inside of a moving star in space. Also, the reload button says real-ode, not reload. Fucking dumb AI coding, man, I swear to God. But yeah, other than that, the game is pretty much just mid. It was very funny at first, but after like 5 minutes, I realized just how stupid this game actually is. I did finally pick up the Scar though, which as I stated is inside this glowing green beacon. I tried to pick it up earlier, but I failed because the gun literally blends in with the ground and I didn't even notice it. Upon doing so, I got the trophy from that on the first level. I then decided to finish it with the simple objective of reaching 42 kills, and I just ran around hunting down these AI things until doing so. Upon hitting the goal, I finished the level and got the trophy. I also did miss the death and wait till 1 minute left to end the level trophies, so I just came back later on and did them, but here they are popping just to keep an order going here. Moving on, I then reached level 2, and this level, like the first one, functions in the exact same way. And if you can't tell already, this entire game is just a copy paste of the first level, just inside of new, worse looking areas, and that's about the quality we're gonna get today. After finding the Scar here, I then got the trophy from that, but this time I did die because I got caught up, and it was honestly tragic. I have failed at beating the AI video game. We're cooked, chat. But the trophy did pop, and here it is. On my second try, however, I did win, and I finished the level getting the trophy right here once it popped. They also spelled the trophy name wrong, and they forgot the last letter, by the way. Alright, yeah, this game is truly a joke. What are we doing? Also, once again, I did have to go back and do that final minute kill later when cleaning it up, but once I did, I got the trophy, and here it is. Again, on the third level, it was the exact same format, just with a different kill goal, and I guess I should mention this, but the levels in the game do get a little bit harder the more of them you do, but even on level 5, the final level, it's not hard by any means. So here's that scar trophy on level 3, and then the level 3 completion trophy. Like usual, later on I came back and I cleaned up the trophies from the level, first with the dying trophy, then with the last minute kill trophy, and here are both of those. So level 4, the second to last level. Same format once again. I officially hate AI with all of my heart. So I grabbed the scar once again, then beat the level. I came back later and I died on it, and I did once again the last minute kill with the trophy popping right here. Now finally we made it to level 5, the last level, and guess what? It was the exact same thing. I will say, however, the map we are in was much more compact than the other, so that's something unique, I suppose. Anyways, here's the scar trophy and then the finishing level trophy. I then came back one more final time and I just died, and then I finished the level within the last minute, getting my final kill on Brainrot TUNG SAHUR. And here is the final trophy popping with the platinum trophy added on. This video is officially a mistake already. What the f am I doing? Alright, so that game is officially done with forever. I then went and played another Brainrot character's own PS exclusive game, that being the BOMBARDIRO CROCODILO simulator game. And here's a little reference as to who this creation is. Quite revolutionary if I do say so for myself. But in total, Mr. Croc here has 71 trophies and 1 platinum trophy for his specific title. And if you can't already tell by the sheer amount of trophies, this is a shovelware game that I was not aware before I bought it. And if you have beef with me now because I played a shovel game, then you care far too much. R/trophies would love to have you though. So starting the game off, the shovel objective is to literally just throw bombs on icons of other Brainrot creations as they appear below you. You quite literally cannot die, cannot fail, or f up this game at all. Also, I'm not going to update the trophy counter as it's happening because the trophies pop so damn fast, they didn't have time to even give me close to 71 of them. But each trophy in the game is just from your score rising up by 1 point until it ultimately hits 70 being the max in the final trophy, with the platinum trophy in the game popping afterwards. What a fun journey, far more enjoyable somehow than the previous game. TUNG SAHUR, I'm finna show you to the corner. Okay, that makes zero sense. I don't know what I was trying to do there. So moving forward with the games, and then chase down the platinum on the very highly regarded title called LIRILA or something like that. If you can't tell, I have no clue how you pronounce this damn thing's name. I also have never seen a single meme on the elephant foot, I guess, and I'm very grateful for that.
LIRILI LARILA, elefante nel deserto che cammina qua e là. Con la sua conchiglia e un orologio che fa tic-tac. Le spine del cactus mi fanno un attacco flashback.
Okay, I'm just kidding. I have now seen what this thing is. God, what is my life? Anyways, this game is so quick, you don't even get a start screen or anything. It pretty much just begins. And by the way, in total, this game has 36 trophies, including the platinum trophy, just for some reference. And all 35 of the trophies you just got them from getting a point, with the maximum we need being 35, obviously. And the game is also a straight ripoff of Flappy Bird. So I mean, you know, do with that what you will. But I personally found it very fun. It plays exactly like the previous game did, except with its own style, of course. And this actually did take me quite a few tries to get up there because I choked, quite frankly. Now, even though some of these AI games were made in like an hour and published even faster somehow, they do pose a bit of a challenge here and there with the trophies, which is definitely something. Anyways, yeah, like I was saying, you just gotta reach 35 for the final trophy, and it just takes a few tries. So once I did do that, here's trophy pop. And then in good succession, the platinum trophy popping as well. Finishing off another Brainrot game completely and forever. Next, I played CHIMPANZINI BANANINI, another new character into my brain, which I have thankfully also not seen videos on.
Scimpanzini, bananini, wah, wah, wah. Bananucci, monkeyucci.
Again, I wish I didn't have to see that, but so do you now, motherfucker. Anyways, this game is almost identical to the other two I've done now in a row. If you can't tell, yes, these are all made by the same person, people, machine, I really don't know. That being the Ovian Game Studios. I'm not sure why we needed double insurance that this is a game studio, but seeing their product line, I actually think I understand the confirmation now. Anyways, the game itself had you playing as the chimp dude, and the trophies in this game are the exact same as the previous one, just being 36 36 total with the platinum trophy, and you have to reach a score of 35 functioning in the exact same way as before. But the game consists of us just going back and forth and getting hit by these bananas to increase our score, with the goal of getting to 35 again because that's how it works. And it only took me a few seconds to complete this game, and upon doing so, the final trophy popped, which I stopped at 30 because I got so many at once. But then the platinum trophy also did pop on another amazing masterclass video game. So that's another shovel done with, and we move on, baby. I then played my personal most anticipated title of today, that being BOMBARDIRO CROCODILO versus TUNG SAHUR, the most forbidden crossover to happen since the cousin crossbreeding of 1990 Alabama families.
I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
Aside from that, however, the game consists of a total of 21 trophies, including the platinum trophy, and this is one of the games that's a part of the Brainrot collection that I honestly just could not platinum today because it sucked so bad. The AI cover art truly fooled me. That was fire. But the entire game's premise had us driving the BOMBARDIRO CROCODILO plane and flying through the same repeated obstacles with TUNG SAHUR down below us trying to suckle our nutsack. The hitboxes alone in this game are just horrid, and you die when you shouldn't die by any means. But it's also just boring as I mean, clearly, look at the game. However, the real and true reason I dropped this game and did not platinum it is because of the trophies relating to strafes. Now, a strafe in general inside of any game is just when you move to the side. And this game entirely consists of moving to the side. In fact, that's all you fucking do. And after playing for about 30 minutes, getting 7 trophies from the other actions in this game, I just never got a single strafe trophy, not even the first one being just 50. So this is clearly a broken and bugged trophy in the game. I tried looking up guides, and a few people actually did talk about it, pretty much saying that everybody struggles with this trophy and it's kind of just buggy in general. And yeah, I pretty much just had zero luck in getting it, and I can't be asked to do it, bro. Goodbye, BOMBARDIRO CROCODILO versus TUNG SAHUR. If I could refund you, you bet your ass I would. Alrighty, and moving on, the next game I did play was called TUNG SAHUR Runner, and this time I did platinum it. Again, it was another game based on the legendary TUNG SAHUR meme dude, who we all know for sure at this point. But the trophies consisted of 12 total this time with the platinum included, and all you need to do is reach a score of 11 in this T-Rex Google parkour game style. Real ones know what I'm talking about, and if you don't, you didn't have a childhood. Better start now, damn it. However, making 11 jumps in a row is actually ridiculously hard because the placement of character enemy blocks, or whatever this is totally random, and sometimes you'll get them placed out back to back in a manner that is impossible to jump through, since the hitboxes in this game are so f***ing big. A parkour game where hitboxes aren't just your character is evil. It's cruel. Curse you, Brainrot game developer, who was probably just one smelly man in a room. Curse you. However, like I said, with it being random, I eventually got lucky and I had 11 singles in a row. Upon jumping them all, because jumping one is easy, I got the final trophy, and then the platinum trophy popped called Brainrot Master. I am not proud of myself right now. So that is one more Brainrot crossed off, and moving on to the next game I played, it was one called TUNG SAHUR Supermarket Simulator. And this game has a total of 22 trophies, including the platinum trophy. It's also for some reason the only actual good game out of any in this entire list. You play as a Brainrot guy, I think. I honestly don't know because it's all first person, but you're running a supermarket on a busy street, and it functions fully operational as a lot of these store sim games do. You buy stuff on your computer, it gets delivered to you, you have to stock shelves, give prices. It's actually a very good and surprisingly great working game, and so much so that the trophy list is actually quite long and it's not really a short one. But seeing as this game is legitimately playable and a legit game itself, I decided to not platinum it right now, and if this video does well and you guys enjoy it, I might return for a full-fledged video on that game sometime in the future, and a few of the others I didn't finish in this video, just because they are honestly quite grindy despite them being a complete f***ing joke. So I'm red Xing that one for now and moving on. The next game I played was then called TRALELERO TRALALA Wars. I have no idea what this shit is. I actually feel like quite the old person not knowing all of these meme references. I'm out of touch, boys. But this game has 12 total trophies, including the platinum trophy, and every single trophy is just from finishing a level, maxing out at 11 levels in the game, and it's probably the most boring game out of this bunch. It looks like one of those scam game ads from Instagram or TikTok, and it legitimately feels like that when you play it. You quite literally control the character you play as with nothing but the left stick. Not a single button in the game does anything at all. Your guy even attacks for you, so you are quite literally just running around and occasionally picking power-ups that get given to you, which barely do anything, let alone anything cool for that matter. I am seriously regretting making this video, on God. Could have had Black Ops 3 done at this point, but I chose to spend my last 2 days on this. I seriously do need to talk to Jesus about my life choices here. This is down bad. Anyways, yeah, the trophies, again, like I said, are all just from finishing levels. Every level is the exact same, just getting slightly harder and harder as you would expect. I didn't really get stuck on any, so I'm not going to go through each of them, obviously. But after finishing level 11, I got the final trophy and the platinum trophy pop on the game, finishing off once more another amazing PS5 video video game. Who said Sony didn't have exclusives, am I right? Anyways, the next game, and the last one I actually did platinum in this glorious collection, was called Italian Brainrot, the classic. And it's composed of 12 trophies, once more with the platinum included. But each trophy is just from getting score again, maxing out at 11 like some other games we've unfortunately touched on in this video. But the gameplay is just straight up shovelware puzzle Pictionary finder. I mean, just look at your screen. This is the extent of the gameplay we get today, and it's just amazing. You search for the Brainrot, and once fighting it, you get score. After hitting 11, the final trophy pops, and so does the platinum trophy. Once more, another dumb Brainrot, useless game finished with. So the final game in this collection is called Brainrot Fighting. Another game that is so bad and grindy, I did not bother to finish it for the sake of saving my brain cells for tomorrow, because I actually do need them. In total, though, it has 21 trophies included in the platinum, and its trophies relate to getting coins, a lot of them if that, winning fights, and buying every character in the game. Brainrot Fighting is kind of like an Injustice, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter type game, a ripoff, obviously. There isn't any blocking or dodging moves, and it's just a straight up dogfight. And after you do get a few trophies and somewhat into the game, you begin to just fight bots that don't die easily. In fact, they whooped my ass and I just could not be asked. I'm really not trying to spend a week grinding out Brainrot Fighting. I got bitches to come on, man. So yeah, once more, if this video does well and you guys enjoy it, then I'll invest more of my time and really go in depth into these straggler games that actually contain grindy platinums. But with that said, another red X, and that is the Brainrot collection of PlayStation games beaten, played, and thrown away. Only one of these is actually a game, and it's just a copy paste of other games, but hey, it at least functions and it's well put together. So yeah, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this different style of video. I'm trying to do some different things on the channel, and if you guys with it, then let me know, and if not, then I'll just kill myself.